In this quick tutorial, I will outline the key elements you need to properly cite a video, documentary, film clip, or full-length film in NoodleTools. These videos can be found from web-based streaming services such as YouTube, Netflix, and Hulu, to traditional DVDs, to cable and TV, and other public broadcast media. To properly cite the video in NoodleTools, you'll have to identify the source of this video. Streaming videos, which are often found on the web and popular platforms like Hulu, Netflix, and YouTube, will be citing under the Web Source tab. If you're citing a DVD or television program, you'll be citing this resource under View or Heard Live. Regardless of which platform your information is coming from, there are some basic elements or components you'll want to find and identify to properly cite within NoodleTools. Remember, NoodleTools is awesome in that it will tell you all of the required facets and warn or help correct any potential errors. To identify a video or film clip, you'll want to identify the publisher of the film, the studio or network, the contributor, the title, and date of release. For streaming services, you'll also want to identify the container website and URL. Once you have identified these components, it's super easy to create the citation in NoodleTools. And to show you how easy it is, let's go over citing the film on Ted Bundy called Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile, found on Netflix. I always recommend having 2 tabs open when doing your research. One tab will always be the NoodleTools, and the other will be the resource you're working with. I always like to have the information right in front of me, so I'll have my Netflix and NoodleTools open. To find the information I need, I can scroll down to the bottom of the Netflix page or click on More Info. This will have most of the information I need for the citation. If you can't find this page or don't have access to it, you can simply Google the title and you'll often find the information you need. Here it can be found on the far right-hand side of the page. Just like Google, Wikipedia can also be useful. For instance, in this article, on the very far right-hand side is a lot of the publication and citation information that I need. Now let's set up the citation in NoodleTools. I'll open my current project and be in the Source tab. To create a new citation, I'll click the green plus New Source and select the most appropriate resource. For Netflix, remember, we're going to cite it as a website. From there, we can find and select film or video recording among the plethora of resources to choose from. Now, we simply fill in the blank fields with the information we have found. Now that we went through and we looked at all the different parts and information that we need for a citation, let's take it from the top. So in NoodleTools, I'll be under my Source tab. I'll click New Source. And now, based on what type or source of information I'm working with, I will either choose website or View or Heard Live. Since we're working with Netflix and it's based on a website, we're going to choose website and then film or video recording. Now, look here. It says, use this form to complete a film originally in theaters or published on DVD or similar media. A YouTube clip or a video podcast episode is cited differently. So you can use that to help you. So the name of a container website will be here. This is Netflix. Publisher of the site is also Netflix. And the URL. So we'll just click on here. Most recent date of access, so that's when you last accessed the media. So I'll just click today. Usually it's the day that you're inputting the citation. The contributor, always provide the director if possible. So on Netflix, if I go to More Info and I scroll to the bottom, I can find a lot of the information that a citation will ask me for. So Joe Berlinger. So I'll do director. The title of the film or video. and the studio or distributor. So again, all the information might not be on Netflix, so you might have to go to either Google, which it's not here, or Wikipedia or similar sites. So here I have production companies, and it looks like I have 3, and for the sake of time, I'm just going to do the first one. And lastly, it asks for the film's release year, so that was 2019. Now that I've filled in all of the areas that it's asking me for, I will click Save, and I now have a properly formatted citation in NoodleTools. Still confused on how to put a video into NoodleTools? Need help with some other research? Please feel free to email or stop by the library anytime for any help.